microphone for opening comments. And that person is the lone Democrat in the field, Amar Camp-Najar.
Yeah.
Republican. Helen Horvath, no party preference. Retired Republican Congressman Darrell Issa. Current California State Senator Brian Jones. And another no party preference candidate, Henry Ota. All right, just quickly, the format tonight, every candidate will have 1 minute for opening remarks, 1 minute for our answers, and 30-second rebuttals if mentioned. And at my discretion, I might ask a follow-up question, but all the questions will be posed to each candidate. We'll end with 1 minute of closing statements. So why don't we start with opening remarks? Amar Camp-Najar.
Awesome. Well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Not like busy spending it. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Amar Camp-Najar. I ran for Congress in 2018, nearly won. Give the 40-year dynasty the best run that they ever had. And now we're seeking to find the next congressman. I was born in East County, raised by a single working class mom. She's actually here. She's rarely at these events, so she's always working. My mom, she actually works on real estate, by the way, with my aunt Jeannie, with a lot of people who may know her. And, you know, she raised me through her home, through being a broken heart. At the age of 15, I had to take a job as a janitor at my local church. I got to go work at the U.S. Department of Labor, the White House, start my own small business, come back to give back to my district. And I'm tired of politicians looking down to people we've looked up to our whole lives, right? Working class people like all of us, small business owners, working people, realtors, who really are putting in an honest day's work. Well, the well-off and well-connected get the most breaks. So for me, it's about rewarding the middle class, lowering the cost of housing, which we'll talk about today, and making sure that healthcare is affordable. We'll talk about all of that today, but thank you all for being here and getting civically involved. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. It's great to see so many people here. This is an important race. It's who do we trust to go to Washington and fight. Not sell out, not flip-flop, not quit, but who's going to go to Washington and fight for the issues that matter to our residents. More importantly, not just in Washington, who will use the platform of that congressional seat to fight in California for a more affordable and more livable climate in our state. The realtors know, more than any others, that we have net migration from California because people can no longer afford to live here, they can no longer stomach living here. Whether it's the affordable housing crisis, whether it's the homeless crisis, whether it's the high cost of energy and water, the high taxes, we see people leaving because California was not what it once was. I want to be the voice of opposition. It's time that someone end the supermajority control in California. I can do that as a member of Congress and do my job in Washington. You can do both. It's called leadership. It's not called passing the buck, not my responsibility. With me, you're going to get a fighter on all the issues that matter to you.
Thank you for allowing me to be here today. As you may know, my parents were immigrants from Hungary. They came here with nothing. And my parents inspired me throughout my lifetime to be the change that we wish to see in the world. I am so disgusted with the behavior of politicians and how they are not representing our communities. I am the only prominent woman in this election, and I'm the most educated candidate. I have a doctorate degree in organizational development psychology, and it's in the book you received. And I also have 22 years of federal government operations experience, HR, and a variety of other areas. I received 2 honorable discharges, and for 22 years held a secret security clearance while passing federal government background investigations. I am here today because of the community. I am working for the community, not for a particular party. Thank you very much for your time, and we will be working on women's issues. Thank you.
I'm Congressman Darrell Issa. Oddly enough, I have 2 honorable discharges too, from the United States Army, both as an enlisted man and as an officer. I was honored to serve the people of North County and San Diego, parts of Orange and parts of Riverside County for 18 years. I left because in 2016 I helped President Trump get elected. He called me to Trump Tower and asked me to serve in his administration. But my race and the nature of my district, which was lost by 9 points to Hillary Clinton, was that it wasn't fit for a special election. It would have been adverse to his administration. So we agreed I would come in 2 years later. I gave my party notice and I retired in the ordinary course of my service. The president nominated me not once, but twice to serve in his administration. I was blocked by the Senate. So when, as one of my colleagues says, after 40 years of what he calls a dynasty, and I would say it was 2 combat veterans who served this district,
Thank you,
I saw it as an opportunity to serve again.
Good afternoon, San Diego Association of Realtors. It's a pleasure to be here with you this afternoon. I'm Senator Brian Jones. But more important than that, for the last 2 or 3 years, I've had the opportunity to be your MC at the New Laws event that I guess happened earlier today. For some reason, I must have done something wrong last year. I didn't get invited back to be the MC this year. Must have something to do with this afternoon. But it is an honor to be with you as an update from last year when I was sharing with you the condition of my real estate license. I was able to pass the continuing education classes and get it renewed, so I'm a fully licensed real estate agent again. And look forward to participating in the real estate economy hopefully soon. But it is a pleasure to be back. Many of you know me. I currently represent East County and North County in the state Senate. Looking forward to representing those same areas in Southern Riverside and Washington, D.C. as your 50th district congressman, which just so happens my Senate district and the congressional district overlap by over 80%. So I won 180,000 votes last year in the Senate race and looking forward to having a large portion of those votes again this year. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. As the least known candidate in the 50th congressional race, let me introduce myself. My name is Henry Ota. I am actually a loan officer here in San Diego, California, so many of you may recognize me from crashing one of your open houses. I have one initiative or agenda that I would be looking to pass if elected to Congress, and that is the implementation of a universal civilian service. I will go into more detail as we move along, but essentially the goal of this was in the first 2 years to end homelessness in the United States of America. Point blank, it's simple. This problem is not as big as everybody makes it out to be, and I look forward to discussing those ideas as we move forward. Thank you guys very, very much.